Gender diversity advocates are celebrating a decision made in the federal court today that ruled a transgender woman's exclusion from a female-only app constituted unlawful discrimination. Roxanne Tickle was manually removed from the social media platform Giggle for Girls after being initially accepted by the app. Sarah Maunder reports.
Speaking outside of court, transgender woman Roxanne Tickle spoke of the toll the case has taken on her.
This case and the unlawful and discriminatory exclusion from the Giggle app has stolen the last 3 years of my life. I've been targeted by hateful and online commentary and degrading merchandise designed to ridicule and mock me. Since I found out earlier this week that the decision was finally coming, I've been bursting into tears at different moments because I knew that soon this would all be over.
In 2021, Roxanne Tickle downloaded a social networking app called Giggle for Girls. The app marketed itself as an online refuge for women. To gain access to the app, users had to upload a photo of themselves that would be analysed by AI to verify they were a woman. Ms. Tickle was initially accepted onto the app, but later her account was restricted after a manual override. The court case she initiated is the first to claim discrimination on the basis of gender identity since the Sex Discrimination Act was changed in 2013. Paula Gerber is a professor of human rights law at Monash University.
Even though the legislation fairly clearly says that discriminating against someone on the basis of their gender identity is prohibited, it's never been tested in court. So it's a great opportunity to have a very authoritative body say this is what these words mean and this is how they are applied to the facts of this case.
Does today's decision set a new precedent for court cases like this?
It's certainly a landmark decision because one of the points that the court made, one of the findings they made, is that sex is changeable. So a lot of gender-critical feminists have argued that whatever sex is presumed and designated on a person's birth certificate at the time they are born is unchangeable. That is the sex that they are for the rest of their lives. And the court today said, actually, no, that's not true. Sex is changeable, and Roxanne Tickle has changed her sex. She has a birth certificate in Queensland that says her sex is female. She lives as a woman. She presents as a woman, and she is a woman for all legal purposes.
The legal team for Sal Grover, the chief executive officer of the app Giggle for Girls, denied discriminatory conduct. It claimed the app was a special measure designed to achieve substantive equality between men and women. Professor Paula Gerber.
The CEO of Giggle for Girls app said, no, I haven't discriminated against her on the basis of her gender identity, or she would say his gender identity, misgendering Roxanne Tickle. I have excluded Roxanne Tickle because they are a man, and this is an app for women only. The court said you can't make this visual conclusion that a transgender woman is not feminine enough to be a woman and therefore preclude her from being part of this app. So that's the basis on which the court said this is indirect discrimination on the basis of gender identity.
Should we anticipate more cases like this in the future?
I don't think there will be a flood of cases. No, I think the court, Justice Bromwich, really took a lot of time and thought with his decision and his reasons, and it sets a fairly significant precedent that says trans women are women. You cannot discriminate against them because they don't look womanly enough for you.
Sal Grover, the chief executive officer of the app Giggle for Girls, did not indicate whether she intends to appeal the decision.
Unfortunately, it is the judgment we anticipated, and the fight for women's rights in Australia continues.
Rodney Croom is a spokesperson for Just Equal Australia. Back in the 1990s, he helped lead the campaign to have homosexuality in Tasmania decriminalised and was the national director for Australian marriage equality.
Legal decisions like the one we've seen from the federal court have a profound and positive impact on social attitudes towards LGBTIQA+ people, and in this case particularly trans and gender diverse people.
The judge ordered that Ms Tickle be paid $10,000 in compensation plus legal costs.
Sarah Maunder with that report.